Okay, as a reminder, just please wait for the microphones. There'll be one on each side of you. First questions for Will. We're going to start down there, Bob.
Hey, Will, obviously there's been a lot of talk about getting postseason baseball back here to Petco. You guys are certainly familiar with the energy and negative energy being in opposing ballparks,
Sure.
but is there extra amped up approach here being at home with this kind of energy, and is this something that you need to be aware of and try to control?
Yeah, I mean, we've played 5 road games so far here in the postseason, so it's going to be good to be back home, hearing the home crowd cheer for some runs. You know, usually it's been quiet on the road when we score, so it'll be nice to hear the crowd behind us. So we're all excited to get here in front of these fans, play in front of them.
But is it anything that you need to actually make sure that you reel in? Can it get out of control trying to do too much in front of
Yeah, I think that comes with any postseason game, home or road. I think at this point with our 6-1, I think we've kind of know what's out there with the crowd. So I think we'll do a good job of that.
As far as facing Gonsolin goes, you guys have faced him before. It's been a little while. He hasn't pitched in a little while. How much are you able to trust scouting reports versus just having to adapt to what you see, what he actually has on a given day?
Yeah, I know. I've heard. I think his pitch count may be limited, so you know, I doubt we'll have more than 1 or 2 at bats off of him. But you know, we've faced him in the regular season before, so we'll use use that information into today's game.
Okay, we're going to go down here to Bryce.
Hey, well, given the amount of time you've spent with this organization, and a lot of that time was, some rough seasons.
Sure.
How does that position you to appreciate what the position the team's in right now in this game tonight?
Yeah, it's really cool, especially finally getting to this point. Obviously, you had some tough seasons here in San Diego, but I think definitely lost a decent amount of games to the Dodgers. But I think this series can really cap that off to where those other games didn't mean anything. I think we get to this series, we like where we're at right now. We can come away with this win here. I think that'll put all that to bed.
Okay, next question. I'm going to go down here to AJ. Just wait for the mic, AJ.
Well, I know, what do you remember about the 2020 series here and kind of the way the city responded to you? And at that time, do you remember kind of thinking maybe wistfully that, like, what it would be like with a packed ballpark here?
Yeah, I think, in 2020, we saw some videos online and saw, kind of after the game, the people kind of going crazy in downtown, which is really cool. And I think, tonight to have that same mentality in the ballpark, guys, people going crazy, I think is going to be really cool. I think this is a great time for San Diego coming in today. Just around the ballpark was buzzing. So I think everybody in San Diego is excited about tonight, and the players are as well to see Petco rocking.
You say it's buzzing downtown. Like, what have you noticed?
I just felt like I saw a lot of more Padre fans kind of walking around. I did not see as much blue, which was nice, a lot of brown and yellow, which was good to see. So I think everybody here in downtown, especially in San Diego as well, just excited for the game.
Okay, anything else, Will? I'm going to go over there to Bill on the right, in the middle.
Thank you. You're not from here. What do you think the deal is with the Dodgers? Is it that the fans don't like the geography? They don't like the Dodgers winning all the time? What do you think the issue is?
With San Diego not liking the Dodgers? Yeah. I just think it's just a San Diego, LA thing. I think that's just kind of that rivalry there.
Next question. Okay, down here in the middle, Dennis.
Well, we've seen you make some pretty good plays at first base recently. How much have you enjoyed getting back there?
Yeah, first base is fun. It's you're involved in the game a lot. There's a lot of action there. I enjoy it. Keeps you in the game. So it's been a lot of fun playing there in the postseason.
Have you thought about how maybe your career might have been slightly different if you'd stayed there ever since you moved there?
No, I haven't. Honestly, haven't thought about that. I think when you're with a team, they ask you to do something. I think it's one of those things that it's your job to go out there and do. I think in those situations, at that time, it was best for me to play the outfield, and that was just what I did then.
Okay. Anything else for Will? Ann? Okay.
Well, you've been part of a lot of clubhouses and quite a few managers. What stood out to you about this clubhouse and Bob Melvin in particular after that game in Arizona and how you guys have come together for the postseason?
Yeah, he's been really good. I mean, he got on us there in Arizona. I won't go into the details of what he said, but it was a really it was a great speech, one that got us very motivated, and I felt like you really since that speech, I felt like we've played our best baseball, especially at this moment now, and I think that's just what comes with a guy like that who has that experience, who has the steady hand on the wheel. He really only gave us one speech in that one moment in Arizona all year, and it was the right timing. So I think so somebody like that who's been around the game has that type of timing and knows when and where to have those types of talks.
Have you seen anything different from Manny in the postseason? Is there anything different about how he goes about?
I mean, I think Manny's been doing the same thing he's been doing all year. When we need him most, he's coming through. He's been that guy all year. He's been our MVP, and I would expect nothing less tonight and the rest of the postseason from him.
Okay, we got anything else, Will? We'll take one more down here, Bob.
Well, just kind of a follow-up on Annie's question. Obviously, there's been a lot of talk about Bob's talk to you guys in Arizona, but the next day you guys had a players' meeting as well, and it seemed like a lot came out of that as well. So, again, the question of, like, what have you seen about this group of guys? And
yeah, I mean, I think that the players' meeting was obviously good as well. The next day it was, just reiterating what Bob said. I think, Manny's done a great job with really leading this team. He's been that guy that the Padres signed to really lead this organization, to lead this team, and I think with what he said, just following what Bob said that day was really good, and hearing it from a guy like that who's an MVP candidate means a lot more. Not more than Bob, but just means a lot. From a teammate like that to say something like that, really gets you motivated and really gets you ready for the game.